Hi, everybody. My name's Allison Robertson. I'm the president of the Women's Music Museum. Just wanted to, introduce myself and talk about the museum and see if anybody had any questions about like what we're trying to do, what our goals are. This is something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. In 2002 is when it first came to me, and it's taken a little bit to finally get to do it. What really interested me in starting a women's music museum was I've always been a huge fan of women in music, and seeing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductions kind of exclude women year after year. There were a lot of women who were eligible and they didn't get inducted for a really long time, like Pat Benatar, Joan Jett, Hart. They've been inducted since, but for a really long time they were eligible, and it seemed like they just kept getting overlooked. And there were bands who were like eligible for 1 year and they've already been inducted. So it's just kind of been a passion of mine for a long time. I've been collecting stuff since then, and in 2023 we actually became a 501c3 nonprofit, and we're just trying to fundraise to have a building to display all the stuff I've collected over the years, but also hopefully to get more new stuff as well that I'll draw people in. Some of our goals once we're open is we'd like to have a stage for especially local women in music to play, just be like a venue to support local artists. We also want to have classrooms for youth to learn how to play different instruments and learn just basic music skills that they might not necessarily be getting in school. That's just some of what we're hoping to do. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments, and I'll answer any questions you have about the museum, of course. But some exhibits we hope to have is we'd like to do an exhibit of women in music and art. Mainly from local artists, but if we can get art from international artists as well, that would be nice as well. And then an exhibit I think would be really awesome to have is like an advocacy exhibit, because women in music don't just do music. There's a lot of women in music who fight for other things, like Joan Baez with civil rights. Cyndi Lauper's been a big advocate for LGBTQ rights. So things like that, and not necessarily political things, but like Dolly Parton's Imagination Library, something she holds near and dear to her heart, and children's literacy is kind of important. So that's an exhibit I'd like to have, is just the things that women in music fight for. But it's just a little bit about some of the things we'd like to do. But that's what we're raising funds for, is so we can open and have those kinds of exhibits open to people. So we are going to be participating in Abilene Gives this year, which is May 6th, and they're doing that from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Early giving starts April 28th. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments, or I'll just be rambling all day. But one thing that we are looking for help on doing, and it's kind of a community effort, is one thing that we did at like art walks and stuff was we would give out free coloring books, and we're hoping to do a fundraiser with a coloring book with art of women in music. So we've gotten some submissions already, but we're just asking artists to draw whoever they like, and we'll put them in the coloring book. And what we're doing in exchange for being able to pay the artist, because we can't really afford to pay artists, is when we print the coloring books, for every submission we put in the coloring book, we'll give the artist a free coloring book. So, but we're still looking for art for that. Other things that we already do without having a physical building is we do a weekend calendar for women in music events going on in Abilene, and then we also do a monthly calendar, and we try to keep that updated as much as possible. But also, if you have any events you'd like to share with us, you can send them on Facebook, Instagram, or our email. Any of those is a great way to let us know what's going on, and we'll try to include every event that we know about that's women in music related, of course. We also have interviews on our website. We've interviewed a lot of local women in music. The first, one was the Daughters of Wanda. We interviewed. We've interviewed Cassidy Suter. We've interviewed Marnie Boyers with Out of the Blue. So we've interviewed quite a few people. So that's just a little bit about what we're doing. If you have any questions, just let us know, and I'll try to answer any questions you have. But feel free to put them in the comments. If I see any pop up in Messenger, I'll try to answer those as well. So. But other things that we're hoping to do this year. Oh, something I forgot to mention was we are going to be at Pride Fest this year. As a vendor, we're not going to be in the parade. We don't have a car this year to use, so that may change. But for now, we're just going to be a vendor. But that's September 20th, and the Abilene Pride Festival does start at 1:00 this year. The parade's at 12 p.m. So if you want to go to that, make sure you mark your calendars. Abilene Gives May 6th is our next event, and then Pride Festival September 20th is our next event. We'd like to do another concert fundraiser like we did last year. We just haven't really been able to set that up. But yeah, that's just what's going on with the museum so far this year. But if you have any questions that we don't answer today, feel free to send us a message or an email. I stay pretty on top of those, so just let us know if you have any questions or concerns, or when we think we might open, those kinds of things. Right now, funding doesn't look like we'll open soon, but we're hoping with the fundraisers we're doing, we'll be able to open within the next year or so. Just kind of depends on how those fundraisers go. So, but not really seeing any questions come in, which is okay. I didn't have a lot of people respond. But if you have any questions, just send me a message. Send the museum a message. I'll be the one who's responding. But we hope we can get all your support on Emily Gives May 6th, but also just at our future events. And when the museum opens, we hope we get your support then too. So, but thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you guys soon.